What's going on, guys? I'm here with Doug, and we are talking about AutoClubRevolution. How you doing today?
Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, so this is a new free-to-play racing game that you're currently working on, right?
Yeah. It's a free-to-play online racing game built around communities of car fans.
Awesome. So, like, you guys have gotten some licensed cars, and you've gotten some, mechanical stuff, and you guys are really, like, trying to make a full-on racing game that is, like, pretty competitive with the retail things that you see for, like, Xbox and PC, right?
Yeah, I mean, our core vision for this game is to make a game that you would normally pay for in the store, whatever, $40, $60, free to play online. Come on in, get downloaded and just kind of get engaged in the product. We got 40 car manufacturers, over 150 upgrade manufacturers signed, and top line, licensed, authentic, all the way down to the bottom.
Cool. So let's say, like, I'm logging onto your site. Like, take me through, like, the average process of, like, the first time checking out AutoClubRevolution.
Right, so you're gonna come to AutoClubRevolution. Right now we're in closed beta, so you're gonna sort of register your interest. But when you're gonna get a beta key at some point, you're gonna log in. You're gonna be given a starting car. You're gonna be given a starting track, and you're just gonna kind of get racing right away. There's a little installer. It's a 15 meg download of a launcher app that's gonna stream in intelligently all the little bits of assets and car that you need to get going. Then off you go. You start racing. You start progressing through the game. You start unlocking new cars, unlocking new tracks, building achievements and making friends, and then you just kind of just go from there and build a social experience around the racing that you're doing.
Awesome. So, yeah, like the social experience that you just mentioned seems to be like the biggest part of this game and really what makes it unique. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, how are you building that community?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to build a social experience because we're connected on the PC in an online space, similar to Facebook or Twitter or any of these sites that you kind of engage in social interactions in. So you can build friends, you got messages, you got chat, and all that kind of stuff. And then we have challenges and we have this like sort of philosophy of creating like a turn-based competition where if you and I are friends and you beat my race time, I can get like a little notification saying, oh, why don't you go in and try and do that, and kind of get some back and forth and some like ping pong like and some banter and all the kind of cool stuff that you do with your friends on Facebook, just in the context of a racing game.
Sort of like what they did with Need for Speed, where like when you post a time, all your friends see it and can try and beat it.
Yeah, that speed wall feature that they had in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is very similar to what we're doing. But we're just kind of blowing that up like to an extreme. That's where we're actually going to drive a lot of the interest from. So we have a full liking system, so you can like cars, you can customize them. People can vote for the ones they like. They kind of move to the front in our chat rooms, and people get some popularity and some kudos. It's all kind of all about engaging people and getting people connecting to each other in a racing game.
Awesome. What do you think is like the hardest part about going from, because you guys have mostly a console background in making console games, and now you guys are going and attempting to do the free-to-play thing. Like, what's difficult? Like, how do you make that? How do you bridge that gap?
Like, definitely it was totally fraught with challenges. There's a lot of things that we had to change in sort of like our mental philosophy about the way we built this game. I mean, first of all, console is a core industry, and usually you do a PC SKU at some point, but it's sort of like first you do your Xbox, PS3, or like on equal footing those two, and then your third kind of consideration is PC. We've piled into our PC engine, pushed it to the. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm so excited. I'm off camera.
You're just exploding off the screen.
So let's go back. Yeah, it was fraught with a lot of challenges. The first thing was when you're console racing, game maker, you really focus on Xbox and PS3 to begin with, and then you kind of do a PC SKU usually at some point, but we had to bring that to the front, so we had to totally get the PC game like as the core of our experience. So really investing in our PC engine, making sure it works on a lot of platforms, gets a best-in-class race experience for that. And then the other thing, there's just this philosophy shift about being this connected on the web and like responding to the community. We can get a car in the game in like a really short space of time. We can get a track in the game in a really short space of time. So being responsive to the community like that is really, it's empowering, but you also have to be careful that you have focus. When you're making a console game, you're thinking 18 months, 2 years down the line. Here, we can change month to month and really respond to the needs of people. And we just checking that and kind of getting that mental shift in our development was a pretty big challenge.
Awesome. So instead of having to come out with like an upgraded version or like another version every like 2 years or so, like you guys can get like that stuff out to the people that want it like almost immediately.
Well, yeah, like a lot of people say, like, will there be like an AutoClubRevolution 2? And like, there will be, but there won't be, because what will happen is a year after you ask that question, you will be playing a like completely different game, but you will never notice it change because of all like little bits of evolution kind of come in, and the way people are using it.
So it's just like a subtle evolution as opposed to like, here's everything at once, buy another $60 game.
Yeah, and it's all about creating a platform, right? This is a digital platform, of a best-in-class race experience. And what you want to do is you just want to give out bits of content, game modes, cars, tracks, and social interactions, to kind of just build what the community wants and like let it evolve into what it's going to be.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the cars a little bit, because this is a racing game, and we've just kind of been talking about the social aspects of it. Like, what are some of the car companies that have signed on with AutoClubRevolution?
We have a really worldwide focus on this. So we got a lot of German manufacturers, BMW, a lot of premium French ones. We got Renault, and then if you start moving towards the U.S., we pretty much have everybody in Detroit. So we've gone to see them. We've got all their cars. So all the cars you recognize are going to be appearing in AutoClubRevolution, and more are coming in by the day.
Awesome. So you're going to be able to kind of customize these cars however you want, right?
Right. So the two main ways you can customize, you can do performance upgrades, and we have a full sim racing engine with mathematical models of all the different components like drivetrain, clutch, induction, and all that kind of stuff to kind of tune yourself to have the perfect performing car. And then we have a bunch of fun ways to customize and express yourself, and these are cosmetic ones. So we have like little taxi cab signs you can stick on top of your car, cool wheels, and then there's a full vinyl tool that's equivalent to a total console race experience one, but it's on the web, entirely web-based. You can use a mouse. You saw my badass Cobra car. It's got a Cobra on the side of it, and all that kind of cool stuff. You can just do that live in the web, go straight into the game, and you can have like the coolest paint job around, and it's all really fun and interactive.
Awesome. And that's actually driving like popularity contests in your community, right?
Yeah. So we put a like system in, and one of the things we did was in the race hangout interface, there's a grid of cars of all the people that are in the chat room, and sort of acting as your avatar. And we just sorted that by likes, and we didn't really tell the community that. And then when they suddenly discovered it, the beta community just went crazy, and everyone's customizing their car and going in the chat room, going, "Oh, like you gotta vote for my car, and like get me to the front of the grid." And that's a really like core anecdote about like the way we want to build AutoClubRevolution. We want little social interactions that stick people together and let the community run with it.
Awesome, man. Well, the game is looking killer. You guys have not skimped on the graphics, even though it's free to play. You're in beta right now, right? Closed beta?
Yeah, so we're in a phase called Closed Beta 1, which is just core testing, trying to find, make sure, kick the tires, try and follow the holes in the process, and really try and tie down the bugs. We're moving into a Closed Beta 2 process in the next couple of weeks. That's going to add a couple more features. We're going to bring more beta keys into the game. And then sort of Q1, mid Q1, we're going to go into an open beta, and then anyone who rolls up can play the game, and then it's just sky's the limit.
Awesome, man. Well, it's looking killer. You can check this out on the internet right now at
AutoClubRevolution.com.
There you go. Thanks so much for talking with us, dude.